Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Power Platform Clinic. My name is Duncan Boyne. I'm a data and applications analyst for a manufacturing company, formerly a functional consultant at a Microsoft partner, and a all-round Power Platform geek. I'm known as the Power BI kind of guy. I post daily on LinkedIn. I do newsletters, do these YouTube videos, as well as host and run a user group. And this is my colleague, Ian Tweedy.
Yes, thanks, Duncan. I'm Ian Tweedy. I'm a senior technical consultant working for a global IT consultancy firm. I specialize in the Power Platform, and in particular, the more technical ends of the Power Platform. I've got quite a few tools out there now. I counted the other day, and I think I'm up to 8 tools posted out there, released into the world community. And those tools tend to center around things like custom connectors and PCFs and things that will automate and enable you to use Azure DevOps pipelines with the Power Platform. Started touching into Playwright, so some quite interesting tools going on there. But definitely the more the technical end of Power Platform and less the clicky end. Yeah, so we've got some questions, or we've got a question for today's clinic.
We do indeed. We have been sent in some crackers this week. So one we're actually going to do is, how do I notify users when a SharePoint list hits 100 items?
Okay, so this is an interesting one. Probably the first thing to mention is SharePoint is not a database, although a lot of people will try and use it as a database. But let's have a look at how we can use Power Automate Flow potentially. I'm feeling for this one. So let me grab now my lovely whiteboard again.
Ooh. I get excited every time. I'm just jealous. I can see your whiteboard on the screen. Yes, I've got that.
Mint. Okay, so we're looking at a Power Automate Flow, and we'll go purple again, I think. Let's check it's working. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so we want to check the number of items. So we probably want to trigger this on creation of a record. We don't need to worry about modified. So we've got a trigger in SharePoint that allows us to work on creation of a record. So what we'll do is we'll do on create item, and then underneath that we'll do list rows, and that list rows will go and get our rows. And then if we come down here, we may want to apply some kind of filter. If we only wanted to get some of the rows, in fact, you do that at the list rows ideally. And then we're going to do count. So we'll count those rows. And then coming down from that, we'll do probably a condition. Don't look at my spelling. Then coming down from that, what are we thinking? I think we're looking at just an email, really. So if condition is true, we're looking at an email. List contains X thousand or above 100 or whatever. Should never contain as many as 1,000, really. Okay, and then we've got a false path as well. Probably nothing. So that's what I'm thinking. Now let's scope this up. Let's grab the red. So if we look at this, I think we want a scope here that's about getting our data. So that'll be try a get data. And then we've got try B. Notify. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Let me just position that in the middle of the screen. And then we'll need to get a SharePoint site set up so we can do that. Awesome. Let's get cracking. Okay, so let's dive into this. I've got a list here, a SharePoint list that I created earlier. And what we have here, well, when I say I mean Duncan created earlier for me. And we've got 100 items in this list. And we're going to just look like it can. So let's get a Power Automate flow. And am I in the right environment? I mean, Tech Tweedy. Let's create a new automated flow. Skip that screen and let's just make sure in the new designer. Yes, we are. That's awesome. Are we going to load today? Oh, there we go. It's loaded up here. Okay, so our trigger, if we think back to our whiteboard, our trigger is going to be our, in fact, I'm just going to drag it onto the screen. Our trigger is going to be our create item. So we're going to do create item.
And that's from SharePoint.
It is indeed, yeah. So when an item is created, don't need to connect using non-premise gateway, and I'm just going to put it under my account. But if you're running this out to production or anything that kind of larger than yourself, you want to really have this under a service account. You don't want to be the person who holds all of the things, all of the keys, and then you're on holiday and it all goes wrong.
It's always the way.
Especially at this time of year. And then we're just going to paste this in. I think it did have that value in the drop-down list anyway, but I do just prefer to paste it in because I'm that many sites I come across. We've got two lists. Which one is it? Power Platform Clinic episode 8.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. And we're not going to limit all the columns by view. We're just going to bring them all in. But you could, at this point, limit by view. Then the next thing we had is we did scope, didn't we? If we go back to our drawing.
I'll try A.
Try A, and that's going to be getting data. So it's try A. And get data. My OCD's coming into play there. And this, we're going to list items. And it's helpfully brought SharePoint up at the top. Get list views. I don't think we want that one.
No.
There's ones that list items, list folder. So I think the one we want is get items. So we're just going to press on get items. We'll select our existing connection that we're using. And then we want to get Power Platform Clinic site, which I think is the same. Yeah, it is the same one we're using up here. And the list was, it was that one there, Power Platform episode 8. So we're just going to get the items off that. Now let's just show all the options we've got here. This is where we can apply a filter expression. Uses OData, which is quite a nice little language. If you get stuck with OData, ChatGPT is brilliant at helping you out, or Copilot. Order by and top counts. Now, what we want today is we just want the top 100. In fact, I'm going to count the top 110. And I'll come to that in a little bit. We're not going to limit the number of columns. We're not going to limit by folder entries. We're just going to grab the top 110. Then what we're going to do is we're going to count those items. So for that, I'm going to use a compose. And I'm going to put length. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to go into the FX button. I'm going to put length. Open bracket. And then I'm just going to find the body item. Press on add.
That's our try A done.
That is. So let's give it a test. So we're counting the number of items in that array that's coming back to us. So let's test it's working. Oh, we need to do manually. Let's add an item.
I'm still interested to know why you've done 110, but I'm eagerly anticipating to find out why.
Oh, it's only because I want to say you've got 100 items. You've got more than 100 items.
Cool.
I mean, I could have done 101, but why not? I should have a test run now if I refresh. Come out. Now, this particular trigger is a polling trigger. So Power Automate Flow is reaching out and polling to say, have you got any updates? Have you got any updates? Hey, you, have you got any updates? So it's a polling trigger. It's not a trigger like you'll see in Dataverse, or the current Dataverse one, where something happens and there's a HTTP call made from Dataverse to Power Automate.
And how long and when it does it is a mystery.
I think it's about every minute. I'm sure there's on some of them you can configure some of the settings. Retry policies, and not on this one. I'm fairly sure it's like every minute or every 3 minutes. It's listed somewhere in the doc, but you're right, it is a bit of a mystery. It's like is it going to happen today, tomorrow, next week? But I have definitely added an item.
Never when you want to, when you're doing a demo, of course.
That's so true. Well, while it's waiting, I'm just going to rename it.
Episode 8. Do-do-do-do. And while we wait, thank you everyone for your subscriptions. We are now at over 100 subscribers, which seems absolutely incredible from where we started. So thank you for that. We will keep bringing you content.
As you can see, my count items has failed. I think I selected the wrong value. So this is what we want to count. We want to count this value array.
Mm-hmm.
So let's count that. I think I've selected the body, and I meant body value items. So it's, yeah, I've done the body, the length of the whole body. So it's dynamic content. That's the one I want. Update that. So it did trigger twice. Just took its time. And as you can see, it's telling us we've got 102 items. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add another scope. And this one is going to be called try B. What did we call it in our design? Notify.
Mm-hmm.
Try B, notify, and we need a condition. So that's under the controls. We want a condition. In fact, actually, I don't want a condition. I've changed my mind. I want a switch.
So come on, what is the main difference between a condition and a switch?
So a switch, you can have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, as much. Well, there's probably an upper limit. I've not found it. I've not needed to find it. But you can like send it like 3 different ways. So yeah, this one is going to
standard
be
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be we're going to switch on this value. So the number of items, and this one's going to be equals 100. I don't know if I can use a switch. So I'm going to add a condition.
Mm-hmm.
And the condition I'm going to put in is the item equal to 100? And then I'm going to send you a message. I'm going to send this message to demo. And it's going to say, you have 100 items. You have 100 items. And then the other one, I'm going to do another condition, which I didn't put on my design, but I decided to do last minute. And this is going to be, have we got 100 plus items? And that value is going to be the same. Is greater than or equal to? No, it's just is greater than. Yeah, it's greater than is fine. I'll do 100. So greater than 100. And then I'm just going to copy this and paste it in here. If I can remember how to paste, there we go. Come on, paste action. Well, hey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, you have more than 100 items. Okay, so let's give this a go. Now we've currently got what, 102 items in our list. So when we test this, it should go false on the first one and true on the second one. But let's try. I'm not perfect. And as we can see, it's come down, found 102 items, gone false on the first one, true on the second one. So let's see what happens. Let's delete 3 items. And then we want 3, no, we wanted 4 items deleted. So 102 minus 4, so it's 98 items.
And add one so that we get 99 to make sure to check to see if it triggers or not for the 100 when we got 99.
So let's test that. Let's wait for it to trigger. Well, hey, look, it's gone. So we've got our flow run there. And you can see item triggered. We've got our action. It's going to count the number of items. It says there's 99 items, so neither flow should trigger. Nope. Nope. So we happy with that? So as we add our next item,
this now should trigger.
Like I said, it's a polling trigger, so it doesn't go straight away. Okay, yes, as we can see, it's triggered, so let's click into it. And this one should say 100 items. How many items we've got? 100. So the first one should have triggered. First one has fired, and the second one not fired. And then let's just go to 101.
And now we sit and wait for the live demo to catch up with what we actually want it to do.
Oh, we all love live demos, don't we?
We do. But in a realistic work scenario, the reason there is that polling is because it doesn't need to be that instantaneous. Like by the time that message goes out, it would have only been a couple of minutes. It's not a critical business thing that fires off every 5 seconds. It goes when it goes, and it's actually quite palatable.
Yeah, if you needed something to be that rapid, that quick, I mean, my go-to would be something like a logic app, or probably something like a function. Because if it's going that quick, the chance are it's also being called a lot. And that's where that upfront cost in building it is far better for something that's like firing all the time. Okay, so this one should be like 101. There we go, 101. And Shouldn't trigger the first one, but should trigger on the second one. Fantastic.
Happy days. Happy days.
That's it for today.
So that's a wrap for episode 8 of the Power Platform Clinic. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to either me or Ian on LinkedIn. All the links will be in the description. But also comment on us on YouTube if you want to follow, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. We're happy to have it. We have got a couple of special episodes coming out with some guests soon. So keep an eye out on that. No doubt I will heavily publicise it because I'll be excited for it. But stay safe.
Nice one. Fantastic. Thanks very much.